Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and all the teachers of Great Stone who rule and teach well. Peace and salutation to the elect men who's pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth. To you, brothers, I say shalom. And to the Akwat out there who's just sitting back, paying attention, listening, and learning in silence. To you, I say shalom. Before I play this video, let me just get a precept real quick. And after the precept, I'll play this video, right? And this is Jeremiah 2:21. It says, "Yet I planted thee a noble vine, a holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" This is a question the Most High is asking. He's asking this to his people, the children of Israel. The Most High is asking this to his people, the children of Israel. How then art thou turned into this degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Right? I want to get another precept real quick, just to link it with this precept right here. Just give me a second. So this is John 15 and verse 1. It says, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit." So Yahweh is the true vine, and Yahweh is the husbandman. So if you're not connected to Yahweh, then you're going to be a degenerate plant. You're going to be that degenerate plant that this precept Jeremiah 2:21 is speaking about. If you're not connected to Yahweh, right? If you're out there being degenerates, out there acting stupid, you know what I'm saying, not following the laws, statutes, and commandments, pretty much not living like you're an Israelite, what's going to happen? You're going to become a degenerate, just like we're going to watch in this video right here. But without further ado, here we go. And this is supposed to be the graduation, a graduation after spending 4 years in university, a graduation where they should be collecting a diploma. This is where they should be acting decent, in order. But what? Look at them. These people are supposed to be our people. These people are supposed to be Israelites. These people are supposed to be acting like Yahweh's people. But look at how they're acting. Jeremiah 2:21 tells you that these people are a bunch of degenerates, a bunch of bug outs. These people are pretty much fire stick, firewood. Look at them. This is embarrassing, man. But anyway, let me get back to that precept. This is Jeremiah 2:21. "Yet I planted thee a noble vine, a holy and right seed." So the Most High has planted his people a holy vine, a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? So if you're not connected to the vine, you're not getting any nourishment. You're not getting that living water. And we know that these nutrients and the living water comes directly from Yahweh. And these people are clearly not connected to Yahweh, because if they were, they wouldn't be acting in such a degenerate fashion. Right? Now, this is Isaiah 5:4. It says, "What could have been done more to my vineyard? that I have not done in it? This is another question the Most High is asking. The Most High has done everything possible to make you people feel comfortable, to make you people okay. He gave you wisdom, He gave you knowledge, He gave you understanding, He gave you laws to govern you, to make sure that you didn't step out of line. But you guys are such unruly people. You guys are such bug outs. You didn't want to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. You wanted to live like how the Egyptians were living, because I guess that way was pleasant to you. You wanted to live like how the Canaanites were living. That was also pleasant to you. And what did that cost you? That cost you to become Egyptians. That cost you to become Canaanites. Because now people are looking, and they don't know who you are. Because first of all, the commandments should make us, well, the commandments should make us separate. It makes us look different from the other people. But because you people aren't following the commandments, aren't following the laws, aren't following the statutes and the judgments of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, now people can't recognize you. Now you look like the other nations because you're acting like the other nations, beast like, animalistic like, right? It says, what could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. And this behavior right here is coming directly from your parents, right? From your parents, because this is how your parents were acting. This is how your parents act. Look at this person in the audience right here. Let me go back a little bit. Like the hand shaking. This is a person in the audience, someone who came to support them. Look at how she's acting. She's acting just like them. So this is a behavior that's not only coming from you, it's coming from your generations down the line. So this is pretty much showing that you people are destroyed, right? Let me jump into another precept. Let me check this real quick. Pretty much, let me read this. Isaiah 5 and verse 5. It says, and now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. Right? So there's a judgment coming for this behavior. There's punishment coming for this behavior. It says, I will take away the hedges thereof. So the hedges is the protection. The Most High is going to take away the protection from amongst you, and it shall be eaten up, meaning you're going to be destroyed, you're going to be devoured, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And this is what's taking place in today's society. You people are at the bottom of the barrel, at the bottom of the totem pole. You people are the least in every society you go to. You go to China, you're at the bottom. Japan, the bottom. Every nation you go to, you're at the bottom. Why? Because of your actions, the Most High has destroyed you to the point of no return, right? And I will lay it waste, and it shall not be pruned, nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no more, no that they rain no rain upon it. Right. So the Most High has destroyed you. He has taken away the nourishment. He has taken away the living water from you. So what? Now you are pretty much in the same position as the other nation. Your lot is to get destroyed, right? And this is speaking about the 2/3 of Israel, because we know only 1/3 is going to get it, and that's the elect, right? Now, this is Hosea 4 and 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, right? That thou should be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. I'm gonna read that again. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And what knowledge is this? Knowledge of knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments, right? If you don't have the law, statutes, and commandments, this is how you're gonna act. You're gonna act like degenerates. You're gonna act like a chicken with its head cut off, right? So when you go into these Christian churches and they tell you that the laws are done away with, what are you going to do? You're going to live like a beast. You're going to live like an animal. You're going to do things that you're not supposed to do. Why? Because you think that you can just go and pray to Yahweh Shai and speak about, oh, please forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Because I have done this wrong, right? First of all, why are you praying and asking for forgiveness? If the laws are done away with, you don't need forgiveness. Because why? You're not breaking any laws, correct? So why do you need forgiveness? That does not make sense, right? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And we see this rejection going on today, that thou should be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Right? This is Jeremiah 4 and 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. Why? Why is this? Why are why is the Most High saying that his people are foolish? Because you came out of Egypt, he gave you law, statutes, and commandments. He told you, as the Egyptians were doing when you were there, don't do it. Don't follow them. You know? But what did you do? You came out of Egypt, you did the same stuff that the Egyptians were doing. The Most High did what? He forgave you. He took you back. He said, listen, let's do it again. Let's try this one more time. This time, I'm going to put you in the land of Canaan. But when you go amongst the Canaanites, don't do what they do. The Canaanites were doing all sorts of bugged out stuff, man. Boogery, homosexuality, threesomes, having sex with their family members, eating all sorts of abominable things, not following the law, statutes, and commandments, pretty much. So what did you do? You went there and you did the same thing that the Canaanites were doing. So the Most High did what? Whoop your asses, man. He turns you over to the other nations so that you can become slaves for punishment, right? For punishment. Now I want to grab that real quick. Um, this is Baruch 4 and verse 6. Let me just read from verse 1. It says, this is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So these people that we see jumping around, let me show you again, these people right here are they're destroyed. They're bugged out. They're done. They have no laws, the statutes and commandments. They don't know this. Look at them. A bunch of degenerates, man. So pretty much there's pretty much dead people. Ezekiel 37, right? It says, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that Salakia. Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. And this light is Yahweh Shai, right? And you will be illuminated because you'll be living by the laws, statutes, and commandments, I guess to the best of your ability. Right? Verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation, which is these laws. Right? Verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known unto us. Unto who? Unto the elect. Right? It says, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved Yahweh to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. And these things right here, this is what happened. You were sold to the nations because you weren't listening. You left Egypt. You did bugged out stuff. You went to the land of Canaan. You still did bug that stuff. So the Most High did what? Turn you over to your enemies, right? For what? Not for your destruction, but because you move you out to wrath. So you went there for punishment, right? It says, for he provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yahweh. You have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and he have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. So the Most High is punishing you because you provoked him. You were sacrificing to devils, to other gods, right? So the Most High is doing what? He's laying out punishments for you, right? And what's going to happen to you? Let's go to Ezekiel 15. Let's go to Ezekiel 15 to verse 2. Ezekiel 15 and verse 2. Son of man, what is the vine tree more than any tree, or than a branch which is among the trees of thee? Shall wood be taken thereof to do any work, or will men take a pin of it to hang any vessel thereon? So pretty much the Most High is just saying here that you are worthless, useless, a bunch of degenerates. It says, behold, it is cast into fire for fuel. So a lot of you jakes, you two-thirds, you're going to be cast into the lake of fire for fuel. The fire devoured both ends of it, and the midst of it is burned. It is meat for any, is it meat for any work? The Most High is saying, are you good for anything? Right? Are you good for anything? When you look at these people that you see jumping around, are they good for anything? Right? Are they good to bring back the seed of Israel? Would you want to have kids with these women? No. Would you even want to date some of these women? This is why the apostle tell us to stay away from these black women and these so-called black women. Because look at that. Look at how they're acting. Would you ever, or have you ever seen the Chinese act like that? The Japanese act like that? The white people act like that? Only our people you would see act like that, right? Because they are a bunch of degenerates, man. They are a bunch of degenerates. Verse 5, it says, behold, when it was whole, when it was whole, it was meant for no work. How much less shall it be meet, yet for any work, right? So the Most High is saying, when it was whole, right? It was good for no work. So it wasn't good for work then, and now it's still not good for any work, right? How much less shall it be meet, yet for any work, when the fire hath devoured it, and it is burned? So pretty much you people are set to be destroyed. Why? Because there's no coming back from your degeneracy. There's no coming back from where you are. You're done. You're dunzos. You're dunzos, man. Verse 6, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, as the vine tree among the trees of the forest, which I have given to the fire for fuel, so will I give the inhabitants of Jerusalem. So this punishment is going for you people of Jerusalem, you Israelite, right? The Most High is specific in this judgment. Okay? This Most High is specific in this judgment. Anyway, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and all the teachers of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and salutation to the elect man who's pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth. To you I say Shalom.